my name's Rachel Higgins. I'm a HR and Learning and Development Specialist, and I work for Seqens Custom Specialties. I work with apprentices throughout the whole kind of life cycle. So I'm involved from the advertisement of a vacancy through to the recruitment and hire of our apprentices. Once they come onto site, I'm then involved in their training plan and their reviews to make sure that all of the learning's on track and that they're achieving what they need to achieve, so that they can hopefully pass their apprenticeships and then get full-time employment with us.
Fab. And how long has the company been hiring apprentices?
So we've been hiring apprentices in different guises, probably over 30 years now. More recently, we've taken on apprentices through the SEMCORP Skills Development Programme, and then now through the apprenticeship standards. We've got a number of science manufacturing technicians on site, and we tend to take them every year.
That's brilliant, thank you. And why apprentices? Why go down this route to train your workforce?
So it's an investment in young people for a start. So giving young people an opportunity, but also we know that through apprenticeships, these young people get a standard of knowledge and training as well. That is what's needed for our site. It helps them build skills on the job, and we can make sure that we're training and developing them in the way that they need to be for our specific sites. It also helps them kind of integrate with the team, and it really builds team morale because everyone gets to kind of muck in and train them together.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's really good. And how do you go about finding an apprentice?
So we go down a few different routes. So we tend to target kind of school leavers predominantly. We attend careers fairs at either local colleges or training centres. And yeah, we can look at colleges and universities as well. And just through advertising on our website, really, we tend to get quite a good response from that.
Brilliant, thank you. Would you why would you recommend recruiting an apprentice to a manufacturing specific company?
For our organisation, it's really useful for workforce planning. So when we are getting a lot of employees that are coming up to retirement age, we can start filling those gaps with apprentices. So it helps us kind of be organised and do a plan from that perspective. But also I think it's useful for other organisations because you're building their skills from day one. So you know when they've completed that training plan that you've got a fully functional, competent and confident technician that can just take that job and run with it. And not only that, they can then develop within your organisation. So we've got people on our site here who are now plant managers or technical advisors who've gone through that apprenticeship route in the past. So it can really help kind of build your talent pipeline as well.
That sounds really positive. And what would you say the biggest kind of added value element of having apprentices in the business is?
I think it's good for the team morale in general because everyone's getting involved in the training and development of that person. It helps them kind of develop and grow. And it gives everyone a sense of pride that, you know, someone's come to the end of their time as an apprentice and they've been successful enough to get a job at the end of it. And I think that shows the hard work that's gone in from the teams throughout the process and throughout that cycle.
Thank you. And finally, could you just give us a little bit of information, just a quick overview of your recruitment process and how you recruit them?
Yeah, so we tend to advertise for the science manufacturing technician online on our website. All of our recruitment is done online, so they would then fill in an application form and we then sift through those CVs. And specifically, we look for people who have a minimum of grade 4 at GCSE. Grade 5 is probably preferred because it can be quite a tough, challenging course. And then once we've sifted that through, we look probably for work experience if possible, or just examples of where people are doing something that shows that they have good teamwork or good communication skills. And when we get such an influx of applications, it can be those small things, for particularly for school leavers, that can really make a big difference. So following sifting of the CVs, we would then schedule some interviews, which involve just competency-based questions, so bits based on their school studies or things that they do outside of work. And we also have a few technical questions as well, so to make sure that they've been listening in the science classes, for example.
Mhm.
Um, or it could just be basic chemistry questions, just to see how they think, because really we're looking for people that can think logically or think outside the box where necessary, can keep cool and calm under pressure, that kind of thing. Um, and usually following that, we then have a bit of a short list of candidates, somewhere between kind of 3 and 5, and we invite them back for a site tour so that they can really see what they're getting involved with. And one of the things that we sometimes see with process technicians in particular is that you might apply for a role, but you don't necessarily know what a process technician actually does,
Of
unless you've
course.
got, a family member or a parent, for example, who does that job. So what we like to do is to bring them onto site so that they can really see what they're doing and see the size of the site, and how dirty it is, for example. They're not always the cleanest of places. So that people can really understand what they're going to be doing if they're
Yeah,
successful.
that's brilliant. Thank you so much, Rachel. Thank you.